Representative Kerner, my belief in the purity and sanctity of the Second Amendment is based on a textual reading of the Second Amendment itself. I think that we could probably have a debate for days about the way in which the Second Amendment has been interpreted, and I think the chairman's correct that that's not the underlying premise of the bill. I do believe that this bill enhances the rights of citizens and vindicates and restores rights that have been granted not by government but by God pursuant to a textual reading of our Constitution. But ultimately, I would ask you to support this bill because I think it will make it will enhance the liberty interests of our citizens, and it will ensure that we have safe communities.
Good morning, members of the committee. We've heard from a lot of different folks today and a lot of different concepts on this bill. Mine comes from a completely different aspect, and that is crime prevention. Throughout the history of law enforcement, we have partnered with our citizens to protect our community. In fact, I'm a strong believer in it takes a community to protect a community. This is about crime prevention for me. When a violent criminal decides they are going to commit a crime, they are going to commit that crime. What we're talking about is who is going to be their victim. We know for a fact that a violent criminal is going to pick the easiest target. In fact, they're opportunists. So what we're looking at is the ability for a violent criminal to decide, are they going to pick the hard target that has a weapon, or are they going to pick a soft target that does not have a weapon? We see all sorts of robberies that occur throughout our state, throughout our country. It may be a restaurant, it might be a drugstore, it might be a pizza delivery person, it might be a home invasion. But rarely do we see where somebody goes in and robs a pawn shop. Rarely do we see where somebody goes in and robs a gun store because they know what awaits them on the other side. This is about allowing our citizens to protect themselves. This is about allowing them to protect themselves not only from the right to bear arms, but the right to show that they are a hard target. I will promise you that the best law enforcement agencies in the country have response times in minutes, but violent criminals are going to take our lives in seconds. So we have to not only be prepared to protect ourselves with the right to bear arms, but we also have to be able to demonstrate that we are prepared to protect ourselves.
Representative Van Zandt, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We've had a good discussion here today, and I think that being knowledgeable of concealed carry, and for those who will carry openly, I would encourage them to take whatever courses are available in respect to what Representative Kerner said that may help carry and help knowledgeable carry. But for me, there's one thing that we should vote yes for regarding this bill, and in Chair Gates' vocabulary that is always filled with sesquipedalian nomenclature, I believe that when I asked him, would this bill lower crime rate in Florida, I think he agreed with me and said yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Representative Gates, you're recognized to close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for the committee time. And, Mr. Chairman, also thank you for your enduring commitment to the liberty interests of our citizens. I think I was most taken by the comment that said that this made our society less civilized. 45 states allow open carry. In the states that allow open carry, violent crime rates lower, murder rates lower, robbery, aggravated assault rates lower. I think that when we fight for and enhance the liberty interests of our citizens, we become more civilized. Representative Kerner, to your very well articulated points, I think that a natural consequence of this legislation passing is that those who are authorized by statute to conduct training and to provide education will include within their curriculum some additional helpful information about holstering and about gun safety. I think that that is the fruit of the legislation that's before you. So I'd encourage you to pass the bill, and I thank you for the committee time, Mr. Chairman.